Hey guys, hello there, happy Saturday, happy weekend to everyone. It is a gorgeous day here in San Antonio, Texas. It's really, really pretty, and I saw a video just a little bit ago from Jennifer Allwood on her page, and it is snowing like gangbusters in Kansas City, and I haven't really been online anywhere else, but I hear it is a winter wonderland in a lot of places, and you would never know it. I mean, it's shorts and t-shirt weather here right now in Texas. So welcome. We are on the Dixie Belle paint page. My name is Tracey, and I am with Tracey's Fancy. I'm a furniture painter, refinisher, and a furniture painting coach, and also a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint. I've been with them just a little bit over a year, and I love this company and I love this product, and I love being able to do lives with you guys. So say hello when you come on. Hi Linda and Barry and Vicky. Hello to you guys. Hi Kathy, good to see you here. Thank you for commenting. Maybe some of you guys, is it snowing where y'all are? Natalia's on. Hey Natalia, how are you honey? Good to see you. Hello, there she is. She switched over to Dixie Belle. That's Natalia. You guys give her a hello. I hope your son's feeling better. I have no idea what's going on, but I know he's not been feeling well. Becky, hello, and Michelle. Yes, please, you guys, will y'all share this video? That lets more people know that we're on. We're going to talk basics today. We're going to keep it really simple and pretty short. Debbie said it's sun shining in Florida. Of course it's sun shining in Florida. Michelle, where are you? You said it's snowing. It hasn't stopped all day. Not snowing, but freezing where Nancy is. Troy, Alabama. Hey, Melissa. Hi, sweetheart. So I love seeing you on here. -6 in northern Maine. That is crazy. Crazy. Oh, good, Natalia. I'm so glad. I've thought about you every single day since you told me that. I've been thinking about you. Peggy, a little snow in Kentucky. Oh, Shirley. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Good to see you on here. Hi, Linda. I will be doing a giveaway, you guys. I'll be doing an 8-ounce paint giveaway, any color of your choice, hopefully red. After you see me paint with it today, I'll sell you on some red. My Honky Tonk Red is in my top 5 favorite colors that I use. I did 2 lives last week right here on this page with yellow. So I am hitting 2019 with bright colors. I used Daisy. Actually, it's right over there, and I'm going to show you a red piece that I've got that I've already painted, and we are going to talk about, we're going to kind of debunk some rumors is what my goal is today, is to debunk some rumors that you hear about paint that were true with some other chalk paint brands, but I don't think they're true with Dixie Belle, which is a good thing. It's a good thing, but we're gonna show you today. So I'm just gonna spin the camera around a little bit. This is a bed that you may have seen me share over the holidays. It is a client's headboard and footboard. As you can see, it's a really old antique bed. These are rope beds. These are the holes where instead of box springs, they actually had like the ropes that went across one direction and then the other direction. And that's what your feather-filled, hay-filled, horsehair-filled mattress was on. So I've already painted, this is for the same client. This bed and this dresser are for the same client. This bed is a family heirloom of this. They've had it in the family for years and years. In fact, the lady that I'm painting it for, her daughter saw it online painted in red. Her daughter is an adult, probably my age, and her daughter was like, oh my gosh, is that my childhood bed? So her daughter grew up on this bed. Look at the post on it, y'all. See the cannonball post? Isn't that amazing? It's beautiful. And it is solid red. That is strongest, hardest sealer to use after I paint. Oh, sealer. Oh, Leslie, it's not off the subject, actually. I'm going to answer that because I'm about to tell you what I put on this bed. This bed is painted solid color, no distressing, in Honky Tonk Red. And then it is sealed with gator hide, which is my favorite sealer with Dixie Belle paint. And to me, it is the most hardy and the strongest and the best for kitchen cabinets because it does have, it's called gator hide. Like gator skin, tough and water repellent. So it's the best top coat to use. If a piece is going to get a lot of traffic, which this is her guest bed, and she has a lot of grandkids, I believe. So I felt like that would be probably the best for her. And then the other piece that I did this week is right here. Y'all see the yellow and blue and white gingham? That is Daisy. I love that Daisy. Isn't that beautiful? And I used the redesign with Prima image transfers on the front. So if you didn't see that, be sure and scroll back on the Dixie Belle page, or you can go follow me at Tracey's Fancy and you will see it on this week's videos on my page too. So, oh, Fiona, I don't know. I'm hoping that Natalia can answer that for you because I have no idea. I know, Crystal, the Daisy is beautiful. I love it. So yeah, you know, Michelle, red, a lot of people are a little afraid of both yellow and red. They are two colors that people just don't, yellow, they just shy away from and don't decorate with it. Red, people moved away from when everyone got away from Tuscan colors and went with the whole farmhouse thing, which was all grays and whites and, you know, a little bit of black and a lot of white and a lot of white and a lot of white. I don't paint white. I do paint gray. Actually, this is my favorite gray. We're going to use it right here. So thank you. I'll give you one more look. One more look. There you go. It's a buffet. It's also a client, a different client. But anyway, moving on to this client, and that is her bed, and this is her dresser. So what I've always heard, and it is true, with some other chalk paint brands that I have used, yeah, the bed doesn't really go with it, but this dresser was also my client's dad. So they've had it forever. It's her dresser. They brought it to me and I'm painting it. I normally do take the drawers out of a dresser for this clean, whimsical finish. This is gonna be oh, by the way, this is a 2-part series. So I would really, really, really like y'all to share this because I'm doing this first part today with y'all. Pretty short. And then I think I'm back on again live Wednesday night, right here, same thing. And I'm gonna be doing some whimsical patterns. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the stripes yet or maybe the Harlequin pattern with you guys, but I am gonna give you some tips on painting some whimsical patterns because this is gonna be a very non-distressed, non-farmhouse, over the top, lots of whimsy, which is totally my style. So I like rustic, not farmhouse. Red and turquoise is my fave. Yes, not farmhouse, Georgia. I know exactly what you mean by saying that. Just very, like I kind of call it like a cowboy grunge, boho, rustic, distressed, worn, but with rich colors like turquoise and reds. Those are beautiful too. But this one's not going to be an antique red. It's going to be a bright, whimsical red, just the way my client wants it. So what I've always heard is that reds are hard to paint with, and it's not just that I've heard it, they really are. If you paint it on walls, if you paint it on furniture, you'll find that you have to paint many coats. On walls, sometimes if you haven't used a good primer, you'll have to paint like 4 coats on walls to get good coverage unless you use a good primer. So chalk paint, same thing. Of course, your finished product is only as good as your prep work. Is that correct? So we always want to clean well, and I use my White Lightning product cleaner. I am a born again furniture cleaner. I always only used vinegar and water solution, and that I thought worked well for me. And I probably worked with Dixie Belle for several months before I finally gave this little guy a try, and I'm so impressed with it. I've been through several jars. They last a really long time, but I paint a lot of furniture. So you just put a couple tablespoons of this White Lightning powder in some warm water, and then I just give it a bath. I literally just sponge it all over the whole thing. I let it drip. I let it run in all the nooks and crannies, and then I wipe it all down, and then I go back and I spray it again with some water. I just use a sprayer or a sponge. Y'all like my whiskey sprayer? It's really not whiskey. Someone sent this to me, y'all. Someone sent me this. A sweet friend of mine online sent this to me. Anyway, I spray it with water and wipe it down again, and you're ready to paint. So if you have stains that you're trying to block, or if you have odors that you're trying to block, or maybe bleed through that you're concerned about because you're going to be painting with a light color, then you do need to use a Boss primer, and you can use clear or white different reasons. If you go back and watch my video from the yellow piece last week, we talked more about that. I'm not going to cover that right now, but if you want more information about why would you use clear versus why would you use a white primer, there's a couple of different reasons, and we talk about that on that video if y'all want to go back to that. Okay, so on this piece though, I wanted to debunk the theory that you have to use a primer under red. And maybe I'll be wrong, but I don't think so, because that bed right there, I painted with no primer. Wait, did I use a primer on that? No, I didn't. I did not use a primer. I wasn't worried about bleed through because it's a bright, deep, brilliant red. So I really wasn't concerned to bleed through. You really only have to worry about lighter colors like pinks and lavenders and pale greens and whites and off-whites. But once you get into dark colors like that, you really aren't gonna have a bleed through issue, or at least I never have. So, Honky Tonk Red. This is it right here. Someone just asked, Lisa, this is Honky Tonk Red right here. Beautiful. Look how pure that is, guys. Look at that jar. It's the purest of purest red, just like the yellow that I use, Daisy, is the purest of pure yellows. I mean, they are spot on, like you grow up in your mind, reds. Okay, so thank you, Natalia's given some information on Slick Stick. Maybe I missed some questions about that. I have painted on these type of French provincial furniture pieces for years, and then especially since I've used Dixie Belle, I've never had any problem at all with it adhering to the surface of the piece. So I did not slick stick it, I didn't prime it. It's got grit to it, it's got tooth, it's got a little bit of grain in it. It's not super slick. It looks shiny because I've got my lights shining on it right now. But I've cleaned it really well. So one of the things that I've heard is that you always need to prime under red. So I used my Boss White right here. It's very, very, there you go. BOSS, I know it's backwards. Blocks, odors, stains, and what does that say? Stops bleed through, stains, blocks, odors. Okay, that's what BOSS stands for. This is the white. So I left one drawer plain because we're gonna do a little science experiment here, a little chalk paintings, Dixie Belle experiment here. We're gonna do red up here with nothing, only cleaned. And then we're gonna paint over this one that I've given one single coat of Boss in white. And then we're gonna do this one down here on the bottom that I've given one single coat of chalk painted gray. Now, why did I do that? Because I like this idea a lot. When you're painting with red, if you use white primer underneath it, sometimes, depending on the paint product that you're using and the brand that you're using, because reds tend to be a little bit sheer when they go on, you can see the white primer through it, and it still takes several coats. So it's like, well, why did I put the white primer on when I'm still having to use so many coats to cover it? So the hint in the painting, or the trick, kind of a little hidden secret trick that people have used for years in the painting world, is paint it with gray first. Just let gray be your primer, or tint your primer with gray. I just use straight gray, which, by the way, this is, if I do paint gray, this is my favorite. It's called Manatee Grey right there. I like this gray very much because I love the pure colors. This does not go tan, it doesn't go blue, it doesn't go purple. It is just a straight up gray, and it's called Manatee Grey. So you paint with a gray on your piece of furniture, and then you paint red on top of it, and it doesn't like blast through the red like the white does. The white will kind of blast through it. Now remember, I'm not talking about Dixie Belle paint here. I'm talking about if you use other reds from other companies. What I'm trying to do for you guys today is show you that with Dixie Belle, and this may happen on live camera, I may be proven wrong, but I want to show you that Dixie Belle, as long as your surface is prepped and clean, you don't need to go with a white primer or a gray paint underneath it. We're going to compare them. So I'm going to put white on the drawer, white on the primer, and white on the gray, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. So I'm just going to paint this gorgeous Honky Tonk Red all over everything. Thank you guys for sharing. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, let's come up with a contest question real quick. I would also love it if y'all go over and follow me on my page. I would love that. And you can follow me on Instagram as well, YouTube also, Tracey's Fancy. Thank you, Susan. It is a good tip, and we're gonna see if we really need the tip, okay? We're gonna see. Let's think about what can my contest question be? What can it be? Natalia, what should we say? I don't want to ask, what would you paint red? I get so tired of that. I don't want to ask that. I asked, what would you collect last week? Because this client of mine collects that type of plateware, Wedgwood plateware. And I said, what would you collect if you were a collector? And I gave it, you know what? You know who won? The person, yes, Dixie Belle. That's what I was thinking, something about Valentine's Day. So the person who won, can I tell this real quick? The person who won the daisy, or when I painted with Daisy, y'all know what she collected? Monarch eggs. Eggs from the monarch butterflies, y'all. She collects them, she raises them from I don't know, from the moment they're an egg. What do you call that? What do you call that? Monarch eggs. She collects them and she raises them. Like she has a little monarch egg farm, her and her children. I think she has 4 kids. And they learn all these lessons from it. And then they release them when they're ready to be released. Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful. I'm like, how could I not let her be the winner? She was the winner. The runner-up was antique ice cream scoops. I thought that was really random and really bizarre. So, okay. Something about Valentine's Day. I would like for you to say, I would like for someone to make up a roses are red, violets are blue that has to do with Dixie Belle paint. Okay, Natalia, can we do mine? Say this. This is the contest. Roses are red, violets are blue, and then finish that with something about Dixie Belle paint, okay? Now, I don't choose my winners during the video. That stresses me out. So I choose the winners when my video's over. When the video is over, I go back in and I look and I make comments and I talk, and then I choose my winner and I say winner next to their little paragraph, and then I contact you via private message and I tell you that you've won, and I get information from you and I ask you to tell me what color you would like, and then I send that to Sweet Natalia and she gets your color right out to you, okay? Okay, so Nancy has started. Roses are red, violets are blue. I love Dixie Belle. How about you? This is awesome. This is awesome. Okay, so you guys keep going and I'm gonna start painting, okay? Y'all just do your poetry. Oh, I didn't open my paint ahead of time. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna move you over a little bit. There we go, and I'm gonna start painting. So I'm gonna have my back to you for just a second. I'm gonna paint this entire section. Oh my gosh, I love doing this. Okay, so here we go. Here is red over the white. This drawer has a little bit of an indentation, so I kind of scrub my paint in there to get it in that indentation. But look at the brilliance of that red, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? So here it is. It's probably only going to need 1 coat. There may be a little bit of breakthrough whites as it starts to dry. It'll dry. It looks great right when you put it on, so you always need to let it dry and decide if you're going to need to paint another coat or not. Some areas may be a little bit thicker, some a little bit thinner, but look how gorgeous that is. Now, I painted with Honky Tonk Red over the holidays. Did y'all see my Santa desk? I believe Dixie Belle shared it. It was a drop leaf Santa desk. The whole thing was in Honky Tonk Red. It opened up to a brilliant metallic gold, and it had the redesign transfer on the front called Love Letters that I put on the front of it. And that one I did do 2 coats. I did 2 coats on that desk. But I love this red. All right, great coverage. This is really what sold me on Dixie Belle paint, and this is what made me, besides the fact that they're wonderful to work with, this is what sold me on wanting to be a brand ambassador and work with this company, because this paint coverage, you cannot beat it. I'm just getting some, what I'm doing right here, y'all, is getting some of the excess paint and then just wiping it off on the drawer below so I don't waste it. There's a really deep groove that you can see right here, and my paint is sort of puddling in there, so I just go back and pull it out and wipe it down here. But I'm still using just one coat that I just keep reapplying here like this. Okay? All right, so there's our red. Do y'all love it? Y'all are stuck on being poets. Okay, so we'll see if there's any difference at all between using a white primer and using a gray primer. Let's see if it changes the tone of the red any at all. And then in the end, we're gonna go up here and see if it's even necessary. Do we even need to do it? Even if it does change the tone of the red, we would be able to achieve the true red by giving it the second coat. That, of course, would knock out whatever odd tone was coming through from the paint that's underneath. So you wouldn't need to worry about that so much. You'll keep it true to color with the second coat for sure. Can you guys hear me okay when I turn my back? Y'all are cracking me up. Y'all are doing great. Y'all are doing great. I can't even imagine living somewhere where it snows, y'all. I mean, what do? You're just stuck inside, right? You don't want to be out in it. I wouldn't want to be out in it. I mean, unless I was snow skiing or something somewhere. But you just, what do? Put the fire on and cook up a bunch of food for the week. Maybe do some batch cooking. Or watch movies. Okay, that has a little, sorry guys, down here, let's ignore that. That has a little bit of gray that wasn't dry, and I pulled it out onto the drawer a little bit, so maybe a little bit different color down there. I really only primed these pieces maybe 20 minutes before I came on live. All right, I can't wait for this to dry, because I really would like to know if any of this is necessary. So do y'all see a difference on camera at all? Am I dampening my brush when reloading your brush? No, with water, not at all. I'm not. It just depends if I need it or not. This brush had been washed, but no, I'm not dampening at all. Live stopped on your PC and your phone? Really? I'm sorry, Pam. It's going strong here. Oh, Carol, you went out and fed the birds. That's so sweet. Sweet little birds. Okay, so here we go. Moving up here to the top one. This one has no primer, no gray. And what I've always had struggles with other paints, whether it's wall paint, whether it's Behr, Sherwin-Williams, or whether it is a chalk or mineral paint, is that reds tend to be a little bit sheer and not cover as well, and you have to do multiple coats to get good coverage. But once I started working with Dixie Belle and I loved the coverage, I realized that my reds were going on beautifully without any primer. So I took that step out and I decided I wanted to share that with you guys today. So I decided I would prove it right here, and let's hope that I'm not proven wrong. I'm taking my chances. Taking my chances of looking like a know-it-all, right? Okay, this dresser is 9 drawers wide, you guys. It's 9 drawers. 6 big ones, 3 small in the middle. Do you see how fast? Do you see how fast you can do a piece of furniture? If you're just confident, just a little confidence, get after it with your paint. You can do this yourself at home really quickly. Dixie Belle's paint makes it really easy. It's smooth. It's easy to put on. It goes on like butter. Look at that. Let me do this line here. So we're just going to turn around and answer some questions here. And I'm not painting underneath there because this isn't gonna be red down here, so I'm not gonna paint it red. I'll wipe a little bit of that back. In the end, when I come back on Wednesday, this down here is gonna be a different color. It's gonna have a red flat front. So, I don't know. I think my theory is correct. Let's see, can you adjust your camera to remove the light? Yes, so let me move, I may need to move my light, okay? Hold on just a second. Because that is reflecting really bad. Let's move it over here. See how that goes. Did that change it? Change the light reflection? That's better, right? Better? Still a little bit on the side. Okay, so I definitely, when I look in the camera, I can see that the center drawer does look brighter. Yes. So the middle drawer is brighter. The most true color to me looks like the top. However, the top and the bottom look very, very similar. The top and the bottom look, see, let me move this light. Let me get this one over here. Let me angle it down. I just want to really do my best to give you guys the best possible look. Let me just hold my light. I don't know, does that help? Can y'all see that bottom drawer? I'm wanting to get light on that bottom drawer. There we go. How's that? Let's do that for a second. Okay, that's helping. That's helping on camera. I can see what y'all see. So the top and the bottom are very similar, and the top and the bottom are very true to color. The middle drawer is very white, very light. But I will tell you, if I second coat that middle drawer, it will turn back to the true color, which to me is the top and the bottom. So that top drawer, you guys, has one coat, and you do not need another coat on it. It doesn't need another coat. I will put another coat on there, just another light coat, because I just feel like it's only fair to give a good 2 coats on a piece of furniture. But that's me. That's a preference. That's not anything that you need to do. The coverage is legit, y'all. It's legit. So I hope that that helps you guys understand how amazing this paint is, because okay, you're talking to a girl. This girl has red kitchen. I have red kitchen cabinets, y'all. My kitchen cabinets are red. I've shared them. They're on Pinterest. They're on my website. They're red. Jean, okay, that's what this whole video is about, Jean. Hi, Jean, by the way. Hi there. The top drawer has nothing done to it. It's only been cleaned, no primer. The middle drawer had white primer embossed, and the bottom drawer had a gray chalk paint as a color blocker primer, sort of, because, you know, we've always been told that you need to do special work ahead of time, or pre-work, prep work, to paint with reds, because they're a little bit sheer and they're harder to get good coverage. Dixie Belle totally destroys that theory, completely destroys it. So top drawer, no primer, 1 coat, right there in front of y'all. Yes, Marsha, I would love it if you would order paint from me. Can you wait until as soon as this video is over? I will post my link. I did not post my link yet. So I'll put my link on there, and you guys can follow my link. I would love that, Marsha. Thank you so much. That gives me a little bit of a kickback. If when you looked at this yellow buffet, you liked those Redesign with Prima transfers that are on the front of that yellow piece, you can order those through my link also. A lot of people have asked about those, but they were having an issue with their site working with mobile apps, and the transfer is not showing up there. So you would need to be on your computer or laptop and follow my link from there. And when you followed your link, just not on your phone, but if you follow my link from a laptop, you can follow it over and find the Redesign transfers there. Does that help? So let's see. Oh yes, and Natalia, I always want to push our retailers too. There are Dixie Belle retailers everywhere. I don't personally know, I can't tell you where all they are. There's so many of them. So just go to the Dixie Belle website and you can look for a retailer in your area. They have a retailer search where you put in your zip code and it'll show you where you have one if you want to go in and actually see things in person. How long do you have to wait to put the second coat on? Just as soon as it's dry, Randy. One thing I will tell you, another little tip, when you are painting drawers, these holes where the handles were, you want to have like either, I usually have a tiny little brush in my hand. You want to watch it. You don't want to just paint your coat on and then leave the room and then come back and it's dripped out, because paint will offload. It'll offload into those holes and then you'll end up with a little drip, and you don't want that drip to dry. So I usually get like a tiny brush and move that away. Can you paint cloth with Dixie Belle? You can, Jennifer, you can. I have a chair over there. Thanks, Susan. It's gonna be cute. It's gonna be really, this client has a lot of personality, and it's gonna be a very whimsical piece. So just know that. I have a chair over there I could bring over and show you if you want me to. Do y'all want me to bring it's little, I can get to it. Do you want me to bring the little chair over? Okay, back to how long do you have to wait? Just until it dries, and it dries really fast. Dixie Belle is usually dry within about 20 minutes. A nice coat is usually dry within about 20 minutes. If usually by the time you start on one side and you start working your way over to the other side of the dresser, by the time you've finished this side, the side's ready for another coat. There's not a whole lot of wait time in between. It's a pretty instant gratification and a lot of satisfaction. I also use a heat gun. Heat gun will you can use a blow dryer, but this is an actual heat gun. Sprays beautifully watered down with water 50-50. Jamie, I have not. I have a sprayer, but I rarely. I mean, I don't even think I've used my sprayer in like 3 years. I just enjoy the paint with a brush. I love that. But I have heard that it's real easy to spray with. Red, this is Honky Tonk Red. Jean, thank you. This is so sweet that people are complimenting my hair. Thank you so much. It's the shortest it's ever been in my whole life. What else will you be doing other than solid red? So I'll be doing solid red on the front, and then for sure this bottom skirt down here is going to have stripes. There's going to be Harlequin on the side, and then it's going to be black, white, and red. Her room is, she wanted to do pattern on the bed also, and I was like, let's just do the black, white, and patterns on this and let it be the feature piece, and then let's let that bed be solid. Otherwise, they're going to compete with each other and fight with each other. So, Lisa, yes, I did my kitchen cabinets with a brush. And the great thing about this paint is if you just use a little bit of water, like I use a sprayer on the piece of furniture first. I didn't on this one. But if you do and then you paint, or dip your brush in between a little bit, or just spritz water on your brush and paint, it levels out so beautifully that I'm gonna go get my chair, my mermaid chair for you. Okay, hold on just a second. Oh, hey, Lonnie. Hi, honey. Okay, this is one of my mermaid chairs, and it is painted with Dixie Belle paint. Now I use another fabric medium as my base paint, but I do all of my artwork I did all of my artwork with Dixie Belle paint, and I have a course that offers this, but since someone asked, can you paint fabric? So this is it. It's really pretty. I did this one in a, what I call a watercolor style. It's a black chair trimmed in gold, and then all of these oranges and reds and purples and teals and blues. Those are all Dixie Belle paint colors. So thank you. If you know any mermaid lovers, this chair is actually available. Not to sell my own product, but it's available. So let me move it so I can get back in here. Hold on a second. I wouldn't have brought that in, but someone asked if you can paint fabric, and you can. And also, let me show y'all, because this is always the question. Can y'all see this? Okay, I'm gonna push on it, okay? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you that this fabric is soft. Like, it squishes, can you see? It doesn't crack. It hasn't cracked. It has been sat on. You see that? It's nice and soft. Like, it's really, really soft. So, thank you. I know, that's where most of my mermaid chairs go, are to beach houses. All of my mermaid furniture, almost. So, private message me if you know someone who's interested in that chair, and I'll ship it to them. So, Jamie, I actually have I have a class that teaches that. If you're interested, private message me and I'll let you know. That was a cotton. It was just a cotton, like a cotton chintz fabric. It was so ugly. I have a blog about it. I have a blog. Go to Tracey's Fancy and type in, go to traceysfancy.com in the search bar and type in watercolor mermaid, and it'll come up and it'll show you the before picture. It was chocolate brown and black zigzags. It was so ugly, and it is soft. And yes, you can paint leather. Okay, I do, Pauline, you're asking about drawers. I do take out my drawer. Okay, it depends, Pauline. It depends on the piece. If the piece is very artistic, as far as like moving the chalk paint around and using color blending and lots of color blending and working a bunch of colors all together with a lot of movement of color on the front, or very boho or very distressed, then no, you don't want to take your drawers out, because you're working on the entire face of the piece as a whole. And so you want to be able to move all your colors around in that way. Now, these drawers I will take out. I just left them in for the purpose of this video. But when the video's over, I'll pull them out. I'm gonna wipe down the edges and make sure I've got everything covered really well. And I will paint these drawers outside of the dresser. But in order to show you guys, you know, a side by side like this, it's just easier for me to leave it in. So that's for your benefit, okay? But I do normally take them out to do a nice, clean, simple look like this. So does that answer that? Sorry, I'm catching my drips coming out. Watch me here, guys, because this is something that you do have to do. Remember I said you don't want to just paint it and walk away because you'll get drips. Well, these grooves, you can use a Q-tip or something like that, but I just go back with my brush. I usually use a small artist brush. I just go back like this. You guys, don't forget that if you've come on late and you see a lot of people doing poetry today, they're not just in the mood. They've not lost their mind. It's part of the contest. You were supposed to complete the sentence, the poem, roses are red, violets are blue. Finish that poem with something having to do with Dixie Belle paint, and when it's over, I will choose a winner. Carol, you're asking how to prep the piece. We talked about that at the beginning of this video, and I talked a lot about it this past week. If you will go back to the Dixie Belle pages and look for me painting a bright yellow piece, we talked a lot about prep work in that one also, okay? Hi, Lynn. Good to see you on here. And let's see. You do not need to pull out the drawers to paint a dresser. I know. Natalia's saying, she's probably answering someone else. No, you don't need to. It's not. Right now, most popular look is more like a color blending look. That's very popular right now, and you don't need to do that when you're doing that sort of a look. But this very, very, very clean look, I am gonna pull my drawers out because I do want on this piece to paint the tops, like right here, and these little mini sides right here. I am gonna paint those. So I am pulling my drawers out on this piece. But right now, the styles that are trending, I don't pull most of my drawers out right now. Just letting y'all know that. Y'all are just doing great with these poems. I cannot wait to go back and read them. Oh my gosh, someone used the word hue. I love that word, hue. So please don't forget to share. Go follow me over on Dixie Belle. What else? Anything else I plugged? I plugged my mermaid class. That's all with Dixie Belle products. So let me know if you're interested in learning how to paint a chair. I offer a course on that. So yes, you can paint fabric. And message me if you know someone who needs a mermaid chair in their beach house. And I ship anywhere. We talked about primers. We talked about you don't need them. Guys, it's looking great. You can see that it's looking great. Definitely the white primer left a brighter red. But I really do prefer the top, I believe. The top and the bottom are very, very similar. So it would be just a waste of gray to put that down there. You'd just be wasting it. But there's a time and a place, you guys, for needing to use primer. I just wanted to debunk the needing it for red paint with Dixie Belle paint because the paint is so amazing and it covers so great. So Lisa, thank you so much, you guys. Jamie, I will post my link right now. As soon as I push share right now, when this video is over, I will go in, I'll post my link at the top. When it said join Tracey of Tracey's Fancy, right up there, I'll put my link up there. Just follow it over and you can purchase paint from there. And today, again, I said this is Honky Tonk Red, and I used the Daisy Yellow that I showed you on that buffet over there. And then I'll choose a winner. That will be the next thing I do, okay? Well, thanks, you guys. This is probably the shortest live I've ever done. It was 45 minutes long. I always get in trouble. Natalia, you're welcome. I'm kidding. You're so good to always be here. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you all so much. What a wonderful world we live in to be able to get on here and talk with each other across the world and share such wonderful products that bring all of us so much happiness and serve as a form of therapy and a way to make ourselves feel beautiful and our homes feel beautiful and make beautiful things for other people's homes. It's such a wonderful world and I'm so glad to be a part of it. So I love all you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.